Welcome back to Stop Bros YouTube channel. Today we're back working on the FUMMINS swap project, and as you saw in the last video, we started pulling everything off to get the cab pulled off this truck, and all we have left to do is pull these running boards off because they're right in the way of the pinch weld where I want to lift the cab from, and pull off all of the remaining cab mount bolts right there and various other ones. I don't believe that they're going to be right C's because this cab has been off the truck quite a few times, just from the history that I got from the previous owner of the truck. And then after we get that off, we'll get the 6.4 engine yanked out, and then we can start cleaning things up and getting it ready to go, because I'm still waiting on the engine at the machine shop so I can start ordering parts for the build. It is a 94P pump engine, and you'll see that in a future video once I get it back, and there'll be a whole another series on building the engine, and then obviously putting it in the truck and everything else I want to do to the truck. And so yeah, I'm going to roll the time lapse and get these bed bolts and steps off, and then we'll have this cab in the air. So we're making some moves. I got all the cab bolts and the running boards off for this side. On the other side, I just got the last two on the radiator, and you can see I was struggling with that a bit because it's spun. The little tabs broke. I don't know if you're gonna be able to see that, but there's basically two tabs that fold over the nut, and they spun, and that bolt was pretty seized. It is a 22 millimeter nut on the top, and a 15 millimeter for these cab mount bolts. So all I did was I took a 22 mil and I bent it. I just took the torch to it and bent it over. It'll probably break, but it's good enough to basically just put it in there, slide it in like that, and then you get on the nut, and it'll back up against this frame mount or cross member piece, and then you can take off the nut like that. So little custom. Got to kill one of your wrenches, but either that or I had to pull the radiator out to get a socket on top of it, and I don't feel like pulling the 8,000 radiators in this thing. So that was just, you know, if that helps anybody else, if they're pulling a cab off, just modify a 22 mil. Out here in Canada, like, you know, rust is a problem, so that got this bolt out no problem. So I'll just do the same thing on the other side, and then we'll pull the cab up, and we'll be ready to go. Okay, so we have liftoff here. We are off the body, as you can see, or sorry, off the frame. And I just wanted to get it just touching so I could take the weight off the frame, and then I'm going to throw a couple ratchet straps on the back because they do like to tilt, because you have all that weight from the radiator in the front, and it's just going to want to tip it down. So I'm just going to throw a ratchet strap probably on these two holes. That's probably plenty on both sides, so it'll be enough to prevent it from tipping forward. They're not really, they shouldn't fall forward, but it's one of those safety measures. Better safe than sorry. right, so we got the cab pulled off here. Got the 6.4 in its natural home, getting torn apart and gonna get wrecked. Got the bumper pulled off as well. There's only 2 bolts holding that on. We're gonna pull this engine out next. Nothing held us up for pulling the cab off because we followed that manual. And yeah, everything went pretty smoothly. So we'll get this engine ripped apart. And as you can see, the noise from the first clip, this rear exhaust manifold, there's bolts missing and they're broke off, and that was what was leaking pretty hard. So yeah, we'll get this engine sold. Anyways, make sure you like the video, subscribe, share it with your friends, and tune in for some more content on this project we got going on here. Next video you'll see, we'll have the engine back from the machine shop and we'll start building that up. So like the video, see you guys next time.